We're gonna make a steak that I make all the time that I really like. And yes, we're gonna go with real mayonnaise, right? Get that into a bowl. And I got some ginger root that I cut up, got that in there. A couple garlic cloves, right? Get those in there. And then we're gonna grab some thyme, right? Just some fresh thyme, all rinsed off, and get that in there. And then we got some fresh rosemary. Get that up in there. All I need is one little one. It just depends on how many steaks you're making. We're gonna go with a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. This part, you can go with whatever seasonings you want. I'm gonna just go with the brown sugar and bourbon seasoning, whatever your favorite steak seasoning is. That's the nice part. We'll get some of that in there. All right, I'm doing 3 steaks, so I'm gonna make that a little extra in there. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and get all of this mixed to combine. Once you got that all mixed up, and you got your steaks patted down at room temperature, you can put this in the fridge, set it aside until you need it. All right, get both sides. All right, pull out your grill. If you don't have a searer, and you have another way to sear it, best to sear it to lock in all the juices. My grill has a searer. If you can't sear it, you can skip the step. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this on. This is like 400 or 500 degrees or something like that. Real close to the flame. About 2 to 3 minutes each side just to give it a light searing. All right, so it's come in a couple minutes. You can see it's already getting that sear to it. And I'll flip it over to the other side real quick. All right, so once we got them all lightly seared, I didn't do no heavy sear, right? Now you're gonna grab your mix we just made, right? We're gonna get the top coats done, loaded up. All right, once you get the first side done, put it on the heat. I'm only running my heat about 220 degrees. I want it to be low and slow, so you don't want direct heat. All right, we're gonna flip these up like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and heavily coat this side as well. For the most juiciest steak, use mayonnaise. At least in my experience. I've done all steaks, all kinds of ways. And to me, the mayonnaise. All right, now that we got them all covered up with the sauce, we're gonna shut the lid. Everybody wants their steak different, so whatever their steak is, that's what you're gonna cook them at. But remember, you don't want, keep an eye on that temperature. I got about 200 right now on the grill. We'll let it go over probably 220, 230, and then flip them frequently. All right, so as I mentioned, everybody likes rare, or they like medium well, medium. They like them all different, right? So as long as they're at safe eating temperatures, and I tested them at what everybody wants, now what we're gonna do is, we're gonna allow these steaks, right, to rest for 5 minutes. After it cooled, you do not have to do this, but you knew it was coming. Oh, yes, you did. Y'all didn't know when. I got you this time. I like a little cheddar on top of mine. There ain't nothing wrong with a little cheddar on top of a steak. Who says you can't, right? But you don't have to, right? But now we're just gonna cut this. Remember I told you the juiciness? Now this is a little bit of pink in here, is because that's the way I like my steak, where you can cook it longer. Bon appetit. That has juiciness, yes. And again, cook it at your temperature you like. What temperature do you cook your steak at? If you guys don't believe me that this stays really moist and juicy, one of the best steaks you'll have, you need to get out there and try this.